Okay, so today it's gonna be globe versus flat. We have Will Duffy defending reality, while Nathan Thompson claims that the final experiment, designed to disprove a flat Earth, somehow proved it. So strap on, I mean strap in, because we're about to find out if logic or a very creative interpretation of physics wins the debate. So let's go.
Shut up and sit down, you big bald f***.
Please subscribe. Before we get going, let's pay some bills. Do you suffer from breakfast regret? Have you ever taken a bite of your morning meal and thought, this isn't fueling my champion spirit at all? You'll suffer no more, because this is the ultimate breakfast upgrade. Magic Spoon is packed with 13 to 14 grams of protein per serving.
Magic Spoon! With no added sugar.
And only 4 to 5 grams of net carbs.
Magic Spoon!
That means no sugar crashes, no empty calories, just pure, powerful, delicious fuel to start your day right.
Magic Spoon! Do you feel that? That's the taste of victory.
And if you need something quicker, Magic Spoon has you covered with Magic Spoon Treat. Crispy, crunchy, and packed with 11 to 12 grams of protein, just 1 gram of sugar, and just 1 to 2 grams of net carbs.
Magic Spoon!
This is the snack of champions. So what are you waiting for? Head over to magicspoon.com/Creaky to get $5 off your first order. Because champions don't settle, and neither should you.
Hey Nathan, I know you're personal friends with Jaron and Robbie, and I really don't think you should do this to them right now. Were they true flat earthers? Because they're not anymore.
Everybody stay calm! What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure? Stay calm!
Yes, Nathan, your mate Jaron, he saw the final experiment firsthand. He's seen the light, or rather the curvature. Are you now gonna do what most other flat earthers have done so far and disown him? Or claim that he was never really a flat earther?
I don't care what some dude thinks about the shape of the Earth.
I love flat earth logic. Well, if you don't care, Nathan, why are you debating it?
Nathan,
For your globe relation, bro.
Nathan,
Like,
you
we're here
made
to
a
debate.
false statement. You said once you go flat, you never globe back. That's false. Your own friends, Jaron and Robbie, are no longer flat. Will you please correct your false statement right now?
Nathan, a quick follow-up to your catchy yet very inaccurate slogan, because Jaron seems to have done a complete 180, so maybe you could amend your statement at the very least. Perhaps once you go flat, you might eventually realize that basic geometry exists.
All right, so are we going to move on to the evidence that the Earth's a globe or not?
Well, it doesn't seem to be much point, does there? Because you said yourself that you don't care what other people's opinions are about the shape of the Earth.
I don't care what some dude thinks about the shape of the Earth.
Hey
Do you have
Nathan, that's not what this debate is.
an off-topic? We're not here to talk about what people think the Earth is. I
Okay,
don't
so
care.
you won't even correct your mistake. That's really sad. Okay, so Nathan, let's start with an easy one. Were you aware that while we were in Antarctica, we live streamed?
Yes, I was aware there were live streams being done.
How did we live stream from Antarctica on a flat Earth? Please explain that on a flat Earth.
So you can only live stream on a globe?
Well, technically speaking, Nathan, yeah, we can only live stream on a globe because it's a globe we live on. But I don't think that's what Will is getting at. I think he's making reference to the fact that they use Starlink, which relies 100% on satellites. So how could you live stream on a flat Earth? Especially when you consider that most of you think satellites are fake.
This is part of the final experiment. How did we live stream in Antarctica? Please answer.
Okay, live streaming from Antarctica wasn't one of your 6 arguments. You talked about a 24-hour sun, a 24-hour moon, a celestial south pole, airplane flights in the south. If you want to stick with your arguments, I can talk about how those are affirming the consequent fallacies and red herring fallacies. But how you live stream from Antarctica the same way I'm live streaming right now. We have internet. It's 2025, bud.
So you think it's just like the regular internet, like we're all using now in 2025? But that live stream was beamed down from satellites, orbiting a globe. So are you suggesting Starlink, a system fundamentally reliant on a spherical Earth, is somehow secretly compatible with a flat disk floating in space?
How did we get internet in Antarctica, Nathan?
The same way I'm getting internet right now on a flat Earth, bro.
How?
I don't know. I wasn't there.
How did we have internet in Antarctica?
So, James, he's asked the question like 5 times. I wasn't there. I don't know how he got internet in Antarctica. That wasn't one of his 6 claims for...
Hang on a second, and this could just be me, but I didn't realize that the moderator in a debate was there to bail you out if you don't want to answer a question you've been asked. You really are a big baby, Nathan, aren't you?
I'm sorry. Sorry, I'm such a crybaby.
Okay, so Nathan, you know that the flat Earth position is that internet comes through undersea cables. Is that your position?
No, definitely not. It comes through a multitude of ways. It's a collective ensemble of things going on. You've got undersea fiber optic submarine communication cables. You've got towers. They normally put them on mountains, and the microwave towers have a Fresnel zone. And that Fresnel zone has to account for obstruction like trees and buildings. But one of the most famous videos I had on my old YouTube channel before it was erased by your government overlords was a microwave engineer talking about how he doesn't account for curvature, sending microwave signals over long distances. So,
okay, so we were at 80 degrees south, so there's no undersea cables, and there were no towers. There's no cell service in Antarctica. So, do you have any idea how we could have got internet?
Yeah, they might have bounced it off the dome, bro. I don't know. I wasn't there. Is that all you got?
Did he really just say, is that all you've got, after proposing that they got internet in Antarctica by bouncing the signal off a dome?
Oh, the irony!
Okay, Nathan, let's unpack this bouncing off the dome idea. First, signal towers in Antarctica, where there are virtually no permanent widespread cell towers. Secondly, even if there were, bouncing a signal off a hypothetical non-existent dome wouldn't give you a reliable high bandwidth connection for a live stream. That's not how radio waves work. That's not how any of this works. Just say you've got no idea, Nathan.
Okay, so that's the easy one. Now we'll get to the hard stuff. There is a South Pole. I'm sure you've seen people take a picture at the South Pole, right?
I haven't been there. Have you been there?
He didn't ask you if you'd been there. He asked you if you were aware of it. Why are you deflecting this early into Will's statement?
Have you seen people take a picture at the South Pole, Nathan?
I haven't been there.
Have you seen people take a picture of themselves standing at the South Pole, yes or no?
Going to an icy wasteland and calling a place the South Pole and then taking a picture there doesn't prove you're on a cartoon spinning tilted ball, Will.
Well, it kind of does, Nathan, because in reality, the South Pole is a very specific place on the globe, whereas on a flat Earth map, it's just a big icy ring around the outside. And there's nothing worse than an icy ring. I found that out when I sat on a snowy wall once.
Nathan, I need you to do me a favor.
This is too easy. Let's go. Chop, chop. Next one.
I need you.
What do you mean, chop, chop, next one? You haven't answered the first one yet. You're just... All you've done is... You haven't answered the first one yet.
I need you to do me a favor. I need you to tell me where on a flat Earth the South Pole is, where they're taking their picture with that pole. Where is it on here?
Okay, see, what you do is you just go to a spot on the flat Earth that's a deserted, icy wasteland, and then you call it the South Pole, and then you get gullible Globers to go there and take a picture in front of the sign that says, this is your globular South Pole, and then you pretend that that's how it works on a globe.
I'd forgotten how bad Nathan Thompson is at debating. You could just as easily have saved all that waffle and said, I can't, Will, because you can't.
Okay, so Nathan, that pole that they're taking a picture with, where is that on this map?
I don't know. I haven't been there.
You have no idea where it is.
No, I don't know. I haven't been there.
I feel the need to double check something with you lot watching this now. Now, a debate is meant to be two people with opposing positions arguing which one of them is right and which one is wrong. Isn't that what a debate is meant to be? Because so far, the two questions that Will has put to Nathan, he's just said he doesn't know.
Okay, so I'm afraid you're not very well researched then, because the South Pole and Antarctica is one of the main differences between flat Earth and globe, and you have no idea. So if you wanted to get to the South Pole, you have no idea how you'd get there?
No, I've never been there. So did you go there?
I've not been there either.
You haven't been there. I haven't been there.
But guess what, Nathan? Guess what, Nathan? We're not going to say that a place doesn't exist if we haven't been there, right? Have you been to the Dome?
No, I haven't been to the Dome.
Okay, perfect. So don't use an argument with me that you wouldn't use for yourself, okay? There is a pole, Nathan, that people can go to. Guess what? They fly there and they take their picture with it. I want to know where that is on a flat Earth. Can you reconcile a South Pole with a flat Earth, yes or no?
And while we wait for Nathan to decide what his answer's gonna be, I think I can help. Because I think I can point south on a flat Earth. It would look something like this. Whoa.
Yes, I just detailed how you go to a specific icy wasteland, you put up a sign for gullible globers that says, this is your globular South Pole that you're upside down on, and then you take a picture because you're a gullible glober and you think that proves the shape of the floor. That doesn't prove the shape of the floor. Well, you're gonna need better proofs than this, bro. No one's buying this, bro.
Right, Nathan. So the actual South Pole, a meticulously documented location with decades of scientific research, verifiable coordinates, and consistent observations, is just a random icy wasteland. So I suppose the penguins are all paid actors and the 24-hour sunlight in summer is just a really elaborate light show.
Hey, Nathan, you're off topic again. I'm not here to prove the globe. We're here to see if the final experiment observations and experiments work on a flat Earth, and you're not showing how they work.
You didn't know much about Nathan Thompson beforehand, Will, do you? I think you may have set your expectations a little bit too high.
So
You didn't even go to the South Pole.
Hey, Nathan. Hey, Nathan, we had someone at the South Pole, and you have no idea where that is.
Yeah,
And-
it's an icy wasteland. They put up a sign that says,
Nathan, stop acting like a spoilt child. What are you going to do next? Call him a smelly poo-poo head?
Okay, so Nathan, guess what? There is a station there. It's called the Amundsen Scott South Pole Station. It's massive.
you say so, without ever being there. That's cool.
So is that all you're going to do throughout this entire debate? Say that because you haven't seen it, it can't be true? Well, what about all the people who have seen it, Nathan? Are they all just liars as well?
All right, next we're going to talk about the South Celestial Pole. Are you familiar with what a celestial pole is?
Yeah, are you familiar with what a red herring is?
Again, you could have just said no, Nathan, instead of making yourself look like a dick. The South Celestial Pole is the point in the southern hemisphere sky directly above the Earth's South Pole. Imagine extending the Earth's axis of rotation infinitely southward into space. The point where that line intersects with the celestial sphere is the southern celestial pole.
Okay, so if you're familiar with what a celestial pole is, can you please explain how there's a South Celestial Pole on a flat Earth where the stars go in the opposite direction than they do in the north?
Yeah, no problem. James, can I get the big screen, please?
Uh-oh, look out. I think we're about to see one of Nathan Thompson's famous flat earthograms.
You go to Google and you type in red herring fallacy. A red herring fallacy is a logical fallacy that occurs when someone distracts from the main topic of the argument by introducing an irrelevant topic.
Are you taking the piss?
Like you're doing now, you mean? Will asked you to demonstrate how a celestial South Pole would be applied to a flat Earth.
You need to tell me what the topic of the debate is before you can establish that I'm going off topic. What is the topic?
You're talking about, the topic is, did the final experiment end flat Earth, which has to do with the ground, and you're talking about a celestial South Pole.
So nothing to do with red herrings or fallacies then? So why are you reading out the definition of a red herring fallacy?
Part of the final experiment was documenting the South Celestial Pole. The South Celestial Pole is not possible on a flat Earth. Your job is to show how it is. Can you do it? Yes or no?
Yeah, what'd you document? Let's see it.
You haven't seen the videos that we have of the South Celestial Pole?
No, I haven't seen them. You haven't shown anything either, bro. Are you going to show anything?
Sure.
Great.
Will it change your mind?
Yeah, well, it depends on what I see.
Okay, give me 1 second.
Take your time.
A few moments later.
There you go, South Celestial Pole. Those stars are rotating in the opposite direction of the north.
You took that in Antarctica?
Robert Schwartz did.
Okay, cool. No problem. Thanks for showing me. Now I forget. Can I get the big screen again? Am I still in it?
Can you reconcile the South Celestial Pole with a flat Earth? Yes or no?
No.
A logical fallacy that occurs when someone distracts from the main topic of an argument by introducing an irrelevant topic. Now, the stars have nothing to do with the shape of the floor.
Then you should have no problem explaining how it works on a flat Earth, which is all Will is asking you to do. But you were creating a red herring fallacy by reading out the definition of a red herring fallacy.
The movement of everything in the sky for 1400 years and was unchanged for 1400 years. Now I'd like to stop sharing my screen and show you my watch. It's the prog clock.
Okay, I understand you want to shift the conversation to your watch. So what makes it a prog watch? What is a prog watch? Is it something to do with progressive rock? Does it have some unusual timekeeping mechanism? I'm curious. Hang on a second. No, sorry, Nathan. We can't talk about your watch because that would be another red herring fallacy. And you don't like those? Or does that only apply to Will and the globe side of this debate?
Next.
So Nathan, you should have done a little bit better homework. I even told you the topics that I was going to be covering, so you could have researched it, you could have watched our videos. But you are not explaining how the South Celestial Pole can exist on a flat Earth. We observed it. It's a natural phenomenon, so we know it exists. So the real question is, can you reconcile what we observed with our own eyes, what we filmed, with a flat Earth, yes or no?
This time I'm just going to go ahead and answer for him. No, Will. No, he can't.
Yeah, I got this flat Earth dome I picked up from Joe Hanby, and we can actually show star trails in the north and star trails in the south and 24-hour moons in the south and 24-hour suns in the south and rainbows and halos and sundogs and eclipses. And just about everything you see in the sky can be modeled right here, or at least shown a physical representation of. So
I've made videos about Joe Hanvey and his model, and I can promise you, Nathan, it does none of those things. And why would it be valid anyway? Because you lot say that our model, which is a desktop globe, isn't valid, so why is Joe Hanvey's stupid model suddenly the be-all and end-all of flat Earth for a lot of you?
Hey Nathan, I'm very familiar with Joe Hanvey's model. I actually offered him to demonstrate it on our channel, which he declined. And I've refuted his model. So when it comes to his model and the celestial poles, his South Celestial Pole is a reflection of the North Celestial Pole. But in reality, there are different stars and different constellations in the south versus the north.
Yeah, but flat earthers don't concern themselves with reality, Will, so why would Nathan Thompson be any different to the rest of them?
So it cannot be a reflection of the north. So that doesn't work. Do you have any other way of reconciling it or no?
I didn't say it's a reflection. I don't think it's a reflection. And when we project it on the top of the dome, it's not a reflection. So,
well, of course it's not if you're projecting it onto a small-scale model of something that's nothing more than fantasy.
Yeah, the 24-hour sun and moon can be modeled right here with the dome.
This was, you had one job, Nathan. Joe Hanvey's model is that it's a reflection. Is that what you're saying? Are you saying the 24-hour moon in Antarctica is a reflection of a moon somewhere else?
No, you should go watch this video.
Because remember, Joe Hanvey's model uses a flashlight. The moon is not like the sun. So that his model doesn't work for the moon. So can you reconcile a 24-hour moon in Antarctica on a flat Earth?
What the sky does and what's happening in the sky does not determine the shape of the floor. It's another red herring talking about the sky and pretending you ended flat Earth.
Man,
You are one pathetic loser.
If you missed last night's live episode of the Creaky Blinder Show podcast, it's on the channel now, and I'll try and remember to link it in the end card. We were ranking conspiracy theories onto a tier list. It was good fun. You should go and give it a watch. You know, I'd forgotten how much of a clown Nathan Thompson is, but this video has reminded me. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you again on Friday. Love you. Bye.
Now to take a slidey toilet seat soaking wet dump.
I haven't really got a joke for you today. It's more of a question, something I've been thinking about. Would masturbating while smoking weed be considered master blazing, weed whacking, or hijacking? Let me know.